some of these outer layers that I'm going to be wearing. As my raincoat, I've chosen to bring my Arc'teryx Beta LT. Pretty lightweight, pretty versatile for much of the activity that we're going to be doing in Alaska. One of the reasons why I really like this particular jacket is that it has these wonderful vents in the armpits in case I get too hot. It is made up of Gore-Tex materials, so I know that it's going to keep me dry no matter what I'm doing, as well as I have that confidence in knowing that it is rainproof because all of the seams are so nicely sealed. So I'm a big fan actually of most Arc'teryx gear. So that is going to be my rain jacket. It's got a great hood, cinch up at the top, cinch in the back, as well as a nice brim that's going to keep that water out of my eyes. I generally use a hat with it, or yes, a baseball cap with it, so that'll keep my face nice and dry and not have it drip down. So again, here are the cinches, and then a cinch in the back of the neck here, if you can see that. All right, for my rain pants, I've chosen to bring my REI. This is the Tellusphere REI. Some wonderful things that I like about this particular pant, besides the fact that it's priced at a great price point. It also has these nice zips that allow me to take my boots off without getting my entire leg of pants muddy. So it's got a great zip. It also has a nice cinch to keep my boot nice and dry as well as there's a nice button here. So these are going to be my rain pants that I'm going to be bringing along to Alaska with me. As far as some of my mid layers, I'm bringing actually some options. Always good to do that. If it's cold, I will always bring my puffy. So this is my Patagonia puffy. Actually, let me show you what it looks like. I like bringing the Patagonia puffy because it packs so nicely. So it will go into my backpack. Always accessible, but also doesn't take up a lot of space. Let me show you what this looks like. This is the Nano Puff, pretty popular style coat. So I will, if it is a cold day and I need some insulation, I'll be wearing my Nano Puff. Sorry about that here. There we go. I'll be wearing my Nano Puff. If not my Nano Puff, I might be wearing a heavy fleece. This one happens to be by Cotopaxi. And if I'm not wearing my heavy fleece, I might instead switch these two out and maybe have a combination of a vest, and with that down vest, maybe underneath it, I'll have a nice waffle fleece jacket underneath. So those are my mid-level layers. And underneath all that, I'm going to have my smart wool, and I'm going to go grab that in a second. Okay, so just to give you an example of some of the pieces of smart wool that I'm going to be bringing, I always love my wool base layer for pants. These are Smart Wool 150. They are 100% wool, specifically merino wool, which is wonderful because not only does it insulate, but it also does a great job of keeping you warm and nice and dry. For a top, this is an example. Again, this is Smart Wool. This is Smart Wool 250, so 250 grams of wool. So this I'll have up against my skin. And I can show you some of the socks. Oh, you might even get a preview of my dog here too. Preview of some of my socks. My everyday socks, actually, let me just go ahead and bring these over. This is what I'll be hiking in. These particular socks, they are mid-weight, right? I don't like to hike in a heavy wool sock just because I don't want to get blisters, and so I've been very happy with hiking in Darn Tough mid-weight socks. So I've got these 3 pair that are coming along with me. My everyday socks, I'm a huge fan of Darn Tough for various reasons. Again, they keep you warm, they keep you dry. They're also 100% lifetime guarantee, so that's another reason why I very much love Darn Tough. But these are going to be my everyday socks. They're lightweight, very thin. Using those day in and day out. I'm also, for the sake of warmth, going to be bringing a thicker pair for the evenings at camp. And then I'm bringing another pair. And I always bring my compression socks. These happen to have shark. You could tell that I do love me some fun socks. So, yeah, these are my compression socks. The flight is going to be longer than 6 hours, so I'm very much going to wear them. I'm going to try to avoid blood clots and keep my circulation going. So as far as what I'm wearing for layers, I do believe from head to toe, we've got that covered. Okay, this last part of the video, I'm going to show you some of my external wear, starting with my boot. I happen to wear a pair of Asolos. I love them. And with these Asolos, some of the things that I like about them, first of all, they are Gore-Tex, so they'll keep your feet dry and protected from the elements. But I also like the nice, we'll call this a 90-degree bite here. And by 90-degree bite is that depending upon the slope of whatever it is that I'm hiking, I tend to have weak ankles, and so I really rely and trust my boot. And I use my boot to kind of grab onto the terrain as I'm hiking up. So I know many people prefer a rounded bottom. Merrell's, there's actually quite a few brands. But again, that's personal preference. I most definitely like to have this area of my boot cut at a 90-degree angle. So it's just to give you an idea of my tread. So these are my hiking boots that I'm bringing along with me to Alaska. My everyday shoe. This is the North Face Fast Pack. One of the reasons why I'm choosing to bring this as opposed to any other kind of tennis shoe is that I do love that these are also Gore-Tex. So they'll keep my feet nice and dry in case that it's muddy or wet outside. And I'm also going to have a pair of slides with me. I don't know if you've ever heard of OFOs, but I tend to I do a lot of hiking, so foot care to me is the utmost importance. OFOs are known for their support, particularly for those of you who have plantar fasciitis and need a little extra cushion. I will usually slip them on, or you'll catch me wearing my OFOs at the campfire or having dinner. So that is my footwear. And I will also be bringing along a couple pairs of gloves with me. Let me see if I can go ahead and grab my gloves. So these are glove covers. I love them because they are waterproof, and so I can mix and match my gloves depending upon how warm or how hot it is. They do come with liners. So here are a pair of glove liners that I'm bringing with. These happen to be Outdoor Research. Again, waterproof. And I'm also, I like to, as far as dexterity go, I like to be able to use and touch things, but still keep my fingers warm. So I happen to be bringing these particular gloves that have a cover to make them, glove but mitten, in case I need that warmth, or I want to snap a beautiful picture of some amazing mountain or landscape. As far as buff goes, I might be overdoing it here, but I am going to bring my wool buff. Keep my neck nice and warm. This one happens to be Smart Wool. But with that, I will also bring, and I don't see it here, I'm going to have to go grab it, but I will also bring a lightweight buff just to have around my neck. Sometimes I'll throw it up to keep my bangs or my hair out of my face. So other than that, I'll have 2 winter beanie caps and a good old-fashioned baseball cap. So whether it be my Just Dink It, for those of you who love pickleball, I do too. I bring this around everywhere I go. I've even brought it to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And of course, I'll be bringing my Green Adventures cap as well. So I'm excited and can't wait for our paths to cross. See ya.